Hi, Loc babes. Okay, so I will not be mentioning names just for client confidentiality. So the head you see right here is literally one of my favorite clients, one of my favorite people. She is thebomb.com. So this particular client found me on one of the Facebook groups that I am a part of. She let me know that she was previously locked. Her locks were already installed. I didn't do this installation, but she came to me and her loctician has been ghosting her at that point for about 4 to 5 months. She was also in the middle of a super difficult time in her life. So not only did her loctician ghost her, she was also just not able to keep up with any type of hair maintenance outside of just washing it and putting a headband on. So she mentioned to me that her locks were in pretty bad shape. She did send me pictures. The photos that she sent didn't actually do justice of how her hair actually looked. She told me she had about maybe 1 or 2 inches of new growth. As you can see from the picture, that was cap. I love you, boo. But she had about 3 to 4 inches of new growth, possibly more. And her locks were hanging on for dear life. I'm telling you, her hair was just in really, really bad shape. But I let her know that she's going to be sitting in my chair for quite a few hours, but I will absolutely get her together as much as I possibly could in this first session. So again, her hair was extremely dry. It was brittle. She had locks that were literally hanging on by like strands of hair. I don't have too many pictures of the details of the health that her hair was in, during this appointment, because she was such in a fragile state. I didn't want her to feel as though I was just taking pictures to kind of make her feel bad. So there was a lot of encouragement, a lot of pep talking, a lot of laughs, a lot of jokes, a lot of comfort that I was also offering her during my time with her, because again, she's just a great person. I'm so blessed to have known her, to have gotten to know her, just from sitting in my chair. So this appointment, she did say she wanted to dye her hair. I let her know that we kind of need to work on the health of her hair first before we start implementing other type of structural changes throughout her hair. So this appointment was just a retightening. We washed, obviously. We did a retightening, and I tried to pull her grid out of thin air because at this point her grid was almost gone. I couldn't really see where, how, what, when, how, when, why. I couldn't figure it out. There were so many questions I had. Her locks were also different sizes throughout her head. It wasn't consistent whatsoever. So I just wanted her to leave this first appointment feeling like, I have a good base point now. I found Jen. She's very confident in what she does. She loves hair, and she's going to get me together. She also told me that she missed her curly ends. She missed when her hair was curly. She's about 2 years locked. And she wished that she was able to get some of the curls back that she had at the end. So here's another photo of the ends of her hair. So as you can see from this photo, the bunching was insane. And that's just one lock. So just picture all of the locks in her head. All of the ends look the same way due to the lack of care while washing and just due to the lack of maintenance. She was under serious amounts of stress. So she really just washed her hair because she just wanted it to be clean. She didn't really have time to do the whole braiding and banding thing that we highly recommend because it just eliminates the possibility of bunching and everything else that comes along with it. So she wasn't braiding and banding, she was washing, and she wasn't getting regular maintenance. So I'm telling you, she has about 400, maybe 375. I actually have to count her locks over, but she has a very high count of locks, and every single lock at the end was completely bunched. It was matted, or some locks looked like they were just going to simply just pop off. So Okay, so this next picture is, I got about 75% of her hair retightened. So you can see the left side hasn't been retightened and the right side has been retightened. Also, when I have clients who haven't had their hair maintenance in a long time, my first thought is never, I need to get these parts as clean as possible. I need to get the retightening as tight as possible. I need to I need to make it perfection. Obviously, I'm a perfectionist, so I'm going to do that as much as I can. But what I'm saying is, if your hair hasn't been touched in so long, the last thing you need is super tight locks, is extreme parting, is washing, hard, is you don't need all of that pressure and all of that, the extra, just the extraness done to your head. I'm always going to try to get clean parts as possible. And, that's the goal. And I'm always going to make sure that your grid is on point. But when I have transfer clients who, again, haven't had their hair maintenance in months or years at a time, I don't want them to leave my chair with a migraine, with a headache, with feeling like their head was ripped because their scalp is so tender and so soft because no one has been touching it outside of washing it. So I'm just saying that so you can see the retightening on the right. Yes, it could be cleaner. Make sure that it's not too tight. Make sure that it's not too, I'm not focusing on the aesthetics of it all right now. Right now, I'm trying to save her locks. So I know I over-explained that, but I over-explained everything. So that's that picture. Okay, so this picture is not a good picture at all. This was actually a travel client. So I was in, I think it was her friend's house where she met me to do her hair, and the lighting in there was very poor. So this picture actually it doesn't do it justice of how she looked. But I don't know if you can see from the silhouette of her profile that her cheeks are extremely high. She was elated. Like, she cried towards the end because she can feel her scalp. She wasn't able to feel her scalp in so long. She was scared that she was going to lose her hair and that she had to start over. And she didn't feel beautiful in a long time. And she was just overjoyed that I was able to get her locks back, or at least start to get them back to where they were. At this appointment, I did nothing about her ends. So I let her know that she's going to have to schedule an appointment. We can do it with her next retightening, or we can schedule just the appointment to repair her locks because of the amount of work that it would take. We need to have just time just for that. So this appointment was just a retie. I didn't touch the end of her hair. I tried to just reestablish parts and just try to get them back in a uniform pattern. And I just wanted to kind of get her all set with that first appointment. I do wish I could have shown you guys her face and her friend's face after I finished. Like, she just felt, you couldn't tell her anything. She was like, where am I going? Like, I'm going shopping today. Okay, so this photo is 6 weeks later at her schedule retightening. So this is the end. I should have definitely taken photos as I was going along. Completely forgot. Our conversations, when you come in my chair, we talk about real life stuff. We talk about deep stuff. We talk about heavy stuff. We're intelligent babes over here. We're talking about books that we're reading. We're talking about trips that we're going to take this year. We're talking about family, but we're also talking about silly things. We're talking about movies. We're talking about shows. We're talking about snacks. We're talking about everything. So I just need you to know that you're not even going to realize how fast the appointment went because you're going to be so busy and so enthralled in the conversations that we have. Trust me, you're not going to know. You're not going to know what's happening. Okay, so then anyway, at this appointment, we were doing a retie and we were doing repairs. There, she asked if we can do them simultaneously today because she was going out of town. So I said, no problem. Make sure we have a pillow for your back, boo, because we're going to be here for a while. So I went through and I did row by row. I did her retightening and then I went back through the same row and I combed out her ends. So in the beginning, I was using the crochet method to kind of just pull her ends back together. But again, she really missed her curly ends that she had in the beginning. This is not for everyone. If you don't want your curly ends back, don't do this. You can let your hair lock and it could be fine. But because she had such severe bunching at the ends, she just wanted to start her ends over if possible. So I said, you know what? Let's go ahead and do that. So I took the time to comb out all the ends, each single one. And I also went in and repaired any holes that I found in the locks, any locks that looked like they were coming out or they were about to come out or they were going to break. I showed her each one. I let her know. I let her decide because I'm not for combining locks together and not telling your clients. If someone's doing that to you, you need to run. Don't let them do that. You didn't sign up for that and they didn't ask for your permission. So before anything is done, I let all of my clients know we have an assessment. This is what I'm thinking about. What would you like? So at the end of the day, it's always up to you. It's always up to your decision. If you want us to try our very best to save a lock because you do not at all want to have your locks combined, we can try that. I'm going to be realistic with you and let you know if we can save it. But at the end of the day, I want you to make sure that you made the decision for your own hair because it is your hair. So yeah, so these photos from the same appointment, I'm just showing her now. Most of the pictures I was taking, I was actually taking just to show her. I wasn't taking them to advertise or anything. But once she gave me the go ahead, that's when I decided to post some of the pictures. So yeah, I was just showing her how we're working through the rows. We're gonna get your grid back together, and how I went through and assessed each and every single lock on her head. And I showed her how her ends, they were loose. So she agreed that she's going to keep her hands out of her head. She did a great job doing that. And she was going to wait for her washes to come for me. So now that we're back on a regular schedule, she didn't need to wash her hair during the week. She doesn't really work out or anything like that. So her head's not really sweaty. It's not getting a lot of moisture. So she promised that she will wait until she's having her retightening appointment to allow me to wash her hair so we can braid and band all the way down to the end to ensure that her ends are secured and they're safe and they're going in the right direction. So this photo here is her retightening from her very next appointment. So as you can see already, her hair looks drastically different. Now we have super uniform locks. We have our ends are getting together now because now it's been 6 weeks and they're behaving beautifully. Her grit is coming back. She was so happy. You can look at her cheekbones again. I really wish I can show you guys like the videos and the things that she's saying because her voice is super high. So she's like, Jen! It's the cutest thing ever. Like I really love when like clients become like family. Like I love this lady. She's dope. So anyway, yeah. So she was super excited, and because she's following directions and because she's the confidence that she lost from not having her hair done for so long has come back. She's feeling herself now. So she asked me the last time when I took her ends out if she's able to dye her hair now. So I told her, yes, you can definitely go for it. I would stay away from bleach, but you can definitely add like a henna or a semi-permanent or a permanent color if you like. She was still on the fence. She said that maybe she would do it. But when she came back to me the next time, I noticed that she did dye her hair. So this is after her retightening is done. Again, the color was done by her. And her hair, again, it looks beautiful. Just complete 180. Okay, so this photo is from actually 8 weeks later. So she ended up going away. She went on a cruise. She had the time of her life. And she had a rinse in her hair. It wasn't a it wasn't a dye. It was a rinse. So she was swimming and having the time of her life. So obviously the color came out and her hair is grown. So this is her coming back to me 8 weeks later. So when we washed her hair, we put it in braids. So obviously, you braid and band when you're washing your hair. But I dried her hair in the braids because she said that she wanted it to look like va-va-voom or something because she had something to go to. So I thought, great, here's a great hack. We're going to keep your hair in the braids and we will dry your hair in sections. So that's what we did. As soon as I finished a row or as soon as I finished a section, I braided that bad boy right back up and we put the band back on it just to kind of keep and hold the curl. So when we were done, it would already be styled. So that's what happened here. And guys, look at her hair. Like, seriously, look at her hair. You could not tell me that this was the same client from 5 months prior. This is a whole 180 in 5 months because she definitely listened to instructions. I think she just needed someone who didn't just want to put their hands in her hair or take her money, because that's not how I run my business at all. I actually care about all the women that are in my chair. I pray for all the women that are in my chair. Every single one. No one's exempt. Whether you believe in Jesus or Christ or not, I'm still praying for you, boo. And not just for your hair. I'm praying for your life. I'm praying for your confidence. I'm praying for your journey. I'm praying for your family, your children. Whatever it is that you're doing, I'm praying for that because I really want to see everybody win, especially my brown and black girls. Like, I feel like we need extra encouragement because the world is comparing us or beating us down. So anyway, I'm going off on a tangent, but these are the type of conversations I have with my clients. But look at her hair. Look at the volume. Look at the ends. Look at the sizing, look at the parting, look at everything. Like, it's beautiful. And the same lady who I met 5 months ago is not the same lady that you see in this last picture. Her confidence has skyrocketed. She's telling me she can't go anywhere without someone asking who does her hair. I've gotten quite a few referrals just from her going to like the grocery store already. Because of the dramatic change in her hair, her confidence has come back. She is working out. She's going outside now. She's more social. She's like, she had some things going on at work. She spoke up for herself. Like, it's drastic. So when people tell you like, oh, when a woman changes her hair, she changes her life, you better believe that. You better believe that. But I don't want to make this video too long. But I just wanted you guys to see how, if you feel like all hope is lost for your hair, or you had your hair done by someone and you don't like it, or for whatever reason you're having scalp issues, you're experiencing loss, or you're just going through something in life where you want to change, or maybe you don't gel with your loctician, before you consider cutting it off, because her initial comment to me when I met her was, "You're my last option. If you don't know what you're doing, or if this ends up being a disaster, I'm cutting it all off." So I was like, geez, we starting with this? Like, the pressure was on. Again, I make no guarantees, but I told her the honest truth. I think your locks are savable. I think we can salvage this. We can do this. But we're a team. So everything that happens in my chair is one thing. I'm only seeing you for a couple of hours, every 4 to 6 weeks. What you do at home when you leave my chair, that's what matters the most. So just getting her in the mindset that we're a team and I can help you, but you got to help me too, that gave her all the confidence that she needed. So sometimes she'll text me even during the week like, "Hey, I'm thinking about doing this. What do you think?" And I text her back, "Hey, that's a good idea," or maybe not, or maybe we should do this, or let's hold off, or that's cute, or go for it, boo. These are relationships that I have now. They're not just like, hey, just throwing you in the schedule, you sit in my chair for a few minutes. Like, I care about you, boo. Did you eat today? Did you drink your water? Because we have to remember, we have to hydrate from the inside out. Our hair was only showing everybody what we're doing in the inside. So again, this was not supposed to be a whole long message, but I'm going to insert her review, and she left me a review on my Style Seat page. Interested to get your hair installed, or you're a transfer client, I even offer lock removal services if you want to comb your locks out, repair services, whatever. My link is in the bio. I'll also leave it down in the description. But if you are in the Connecticut area and you are looking for a new loctician, please consider reaching out to me. It's a vibe. So if you're not looking for a vibe, then don't come this way. But if you're looking to be, not just for your hair to be enriched, but for your life to be enriched, because my lock babes, we're out here winning. Like, everybody who comes in my chair, we're out here winning. So there's her review, and I will talk to you guys in the next video. Bye.